What's going on, good people? So I'm your guy, your real estate investor next door, Byron Scott, and I'm here with my guy, Mr. Cordero, and we're here to talk about how you can get started wholesaling real estate, or you can get started in real estate in general, um, by learning how to find good deals. Right? I always say real estate is finding a good deal. If you can find a good deal, you can be successful in real estate in whatever you do. So the heart of real estate is finding good deals. We specifically talk about how to find those good deals and wholesale them to another buyer. But this is the foundation, whatever you do. And I was just thinking about this today, man. A lot of people want to build generational wealth and all this stuff. The best way to do that is to find a good real estate deal. It's like, dude, they do.
Yeah.
That's the best way to do it. You know, what I'm saying? It's the best way to do it is to find a great real estate deal, man. So
Yeah, man. And and you know, we talked about it quite a bit. And I'll give my take on it, but I am curious what your take on it is. Why is finding a good deal the heart of the business? Why is finding the deal the heart of this business? I would say because ultimately, when you look at it, you got acquisition and you got disposition that you're doing in this business. Really, your client, your customers, like if you got a bit, if this is a business, your customers are the buyers, the people who buy the product for you from you, right? And the product is the deal. You know what I mean?
yeah,
The product is the deal, and finding a good deal is like having a good product. You know what I mean? The product, dang, dude, you just jumped on here. You got people coming like that. Why?
dude, dude, Twan that came through. Shout out to Twan, man. Shout out to Twan. Appreciate you
That's
coming
fun.
through. Hey, put where you coming from, who you are, and where you from down, man. We want to know who's up in this thing and where y'all from, man. We be having people from Cali, people from New York,
Yeah,
people from Florida, people from Georgia, people
Canada.
from
Don't
Tennessee,
hey, we've been having people from out the country, brother.
dude, out the country, Canada. Ain't no telling
Yeah.
what Ali at. Ali probably over there in Dubai somewhere right now, man. You know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
Ali told us last time. Ali said he's settling down. He said he went back to the parents' house. Only thing he's
Stay
going
getting
is to the
straight.
store and back. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
But
from
the,
your experience, which PPL company is the best? From from my experience, what I could tell, I would say that property leads probably give you the best leads. Now, when it comes to actually getting those leads to you at a price that works, it might be need to sell my house fast. They can get you like volume to the point where you can hit something. You know what I'm saying? But property leads, I think, gives you probably the best leads. Probably, from if I had to like rate the quality of leads, you know what I'm saying? That would be my best. So, what do you think, man?
honestly, brother, I feel like it's give or take. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? I think it's like some give and take. Speaking of the man, the myth, the legend himself, Ali. I told like, Ali,
Ali.
I told him Ali ain't going to Dubai right now. Ali getting his bread right, and that's that on that. But I think there'll be sometimes like just from an acquisition standpoint, there'll be sometimes where I like the property leads, and then there are times where I'm like, man, I don't know with the need to sell my house fast leads. I think that they're not as good overall. I'm not gonna say not as good because you can get a deal off. It's pretty much the same, but from an acquisition standpoint, when you're working with these people, I can always hit them with that. Uh, well, if somebody, I'll tell the seller this. I'll be like, so, Mr. Seller, if somebody goes to need to sell my house fast, that tells me that you really need to sell your house fast. That means you have some, basically, I'm letting them know. I know you have some sort of urgency because you filled this out on need to sell my house fast. So tell me what you need so we can help you out. So that way, all of that push pull stuff, and where I really can't do that on some of the other websites. But regardless, I think it's give or take. I think honestly, the best thing you can do, the best practice that I've seen amongst some of the people that we work with is have a diversification. You be on property leads, Need to Sell My House Fast and Lee Zolo if you can, if you just got that type of reach. But I would say Need to Sell My House Fast and Property Leads are the two because of the way the pay scale and the way you can do it. But that's just what I said. My point is you can get it from anywhere. But that's a good question. And to my point, it's just like finding a good deal is so important because it's like if you got a watermelon truck, the deal is the watermelon. And you can't be selling no unsweet, not ripe watermelon. You know what I mean? You got to get, it's like, how do you get to the best of the best watermelon so that way you can sell them off? Is PPL, and you know what I'm saying, marketing and stuff like that. So that's something to consider, y'all.
All right. So honestly, as far as getting educated on day-to-day operations, what do y'all suggest? So as far as getting educated on day-to-day operations, what would you suggest, Cordero? Like somebody who got some good that would like explain, okay, this is how it works. Like the fundamental day-to-day operations of a wholesale business. To be honest with you, man, it's like
Byron got
I guess I haven't. Yeah, actually, man. And that's why I started putting this together. It's like, I don't know, man. Like, I started thinking about it, talking to Cordero. It's like, man, and seeing what we do for people, see how we've helped some people without even like, Cordero just jumping on the phone with people. I'm just talking to people. Like, we ain't no Maxwell people that's so big time they can't even talk to you. You know what I'm saying? So we talking to people. You know what I'm saying? We help them get a deal. Like I help a couple people get deals. You know what I'm saying? It's like that stuff can change everything for you. You know what I'm saying? Like we talking about learning stuff that's an easy 6-figure business. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, I need to, I used to be a teacher and I wanted to teach people. I wanted to teach kids like Cordero, right? And help somebody like Cordero be like, man, I could go and do more. I can go and do something. Well, now it's like I actually have something that is more valuable than what I was teaching in a classroom, which is history, right? It's like something more valuable to somebody like Cordero that he can actually go out here and implement, and like it could really change the whole direction of his family, his kids' family, his kids' family, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, man, I want to go out. Like, it's like, man, I need to create something to teach people. There's stuff that asks for it. It's like there's people who ask me, and I'm like, I ain't got nothing to teach you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't created nothing to teach nobody really like that. You know what I'm saying? I created a course that taught people stuff, but not like I didn't create it thinking like, man, I need to really teach people. I just created some videos, you know what I'm saying, that go through and instruct. You know what I'm saying? But like really sitting down and putting some stuff together to teach people how to do this. But I really don't know anybody that got like good day-to-day operation this side work, except somebody like maybe Jerry Norton, really good at just basic instructions. You know what I'm saying? If you're looking for like basic instructions on, okay, this is how it goes, basic instructions. Jerry Norton is really good at that. What do you think, Cordero?
Man, honestly, I'm at a place, I'm not really watching a lot of like YouTube videos for basic instruction. So I might not be the expert on, but I say like, as far as the basic and day-to-day operations, I think it's a lot of stuff available out there. And it's a matter of finding what content creator works best for you. You know what I'm talking about? Like, and this is something I learned from Byron actually, was just the fact that not everybody can have the same video on, for example, something like how to do Novation. But if the new REI Next Door video drop and the new Pace Morby video drop, I'm probably gonna go watch the REI Next Door video because he's speaking my language. He's talking to me. So I would just add an extra step to consider, Antonio, when you're choosing what videos to watch. Once you get to the point where you want to pick to start paying for education and start paying for these different courses, and even go up like mastermind. It's levels to this, but every time you want to consider not just who has the information, but because not a lot of people, there are multiple people who have the information, but which one gonna speak your language? It's just like back in school, every teacher, it don't matter what the subject is. There are some teachers that you just could not learn from because they not just how they talk and how they teach went over my head. So that's something to consider. But it's a lot of stuff out there as far as like basic day-to-day operations. But I tell you the day-to-day operation right here. Day-to-day operation is contacts. So at the end of the day, talk to people who own houses and see if they want to sell, and then talk to buyers who want to buy properties to flip and see if they want to buy your property. That's what it is, and it could be manipulated a multitude of different ways. However you want it. There's no one way to do that. I'm a simple man. Y'all upload or drop a video, I'm watching. I'm watching.
Appreciate it, dude. Appreciate it, dude. Yeah. Appreciate everybody that's coming through, man. Make sure you like the video. Appreciate y'all always coming through, man, showing support and all that stuff, man. So what's going on, man? It was the Cash Waller. What's up, man? Cash been tapping in for a minute. So Antonio said I'm doing land. So I don't man, it's a lot of people out. It's a good number of people out there that's doing land. I actually got a land deal that's probably supposed to be closing like tomorrow or something like that. Tomorrow? I think it's tomorrow. But it's for new construction, man, and I'm excited about that. So it's gonna be good stuff, man. Get this new construction going. It's gonna be crazy. But Brandon says what's going on with direct mail in Georgia? I have no idea. What do you know anything about that?
Nah,
I never tried direct mail. I never tried direct mail.
Yeah, I took this as like a general question as far as just like maybe he wants to try direct mail. And again, Brandon, that's why I make the point of contacts equal contracts. Try it. Direct mail is gonna work. It's gonna work, and it's probably, if I had to say, it'll probably perform in some sub markets better than others. Maybe in the neighborhood Byron live in, nobody's gonna check their mail for a need to sell my house fast. But maybe in maybe like a South Georgia, Albany, in that city,
Benny. Don't look nothing like that, but that's how you say Benny.
Benny, you know what I mean? And that maybe they would respond. That's just something to consider about direct mail. Also, there's other more, because I don't do direct mail. Byron doesn't do direct mail. So there's other more detailed things that you would learn from doing direct mail yourself. It's just like, I know you need to have a certain market share, and there's a certain way to do it, because I know real estate agent, and by market share, I mean, if I'm doing direct mail in this neighborhood, in like in this particular neighborhood or this area, and I got over 30% of that market and I'm hitting it hard, then it's probably best that you don't try to go into that market, because I got it. You need to have, but at the same time, the point about direct mail is you direct mail them and then call and say, hey, did you get my, did you get my direct piece of mail or whatever? If they don't call you, and you could just do that anyway, because people are getting mail all the time. But my point is, I digress. My point is direct mail. If that was a Brandon, if that was a general question you was asking about going into direct mail yourself, just try it. I mean, it's one of the more expensive things. I think if you was going to do that, might as well do some PPL at that point, because that's thousands of dollars a month, where you could spend it on some PPL leads. And that's the modern day direct mail, by the way.
So Cash Waller said, what up, Doe? What up, man? What up? So, hey, what's the best county to pull land in Florida? Man, to be honest with you, man, I would try Duval, and I would try wherever Tampa is. I think Jacksonville and Tampa are two good markets. Obviously, I think maybe Orange County near Orlando. I think that's good too. So Jacksonville, Orlando, Tampa are my three favorite markets in Florida. So this person said, would y'all know it? I don't know exactly, but I know what I also would do is look at the activity. Go look on Zillow. Just mark everything off except land, and look up the different counties in Florida that you might be interested in that's in some good areas, and look at how much activity, like how much land is being bought, how many transactions have happened with land. You know what I'm saying? And if there's a lot of transactions that's happened with land, then I would target that county more. If it's not many land transactions, I'm targeting that county less, right? So
Yeah.
that's what I would look at the last transaction last 30 days, right? Or the
Also,
last 90 days.
another thing that I learned from REI Next Door is find buyers. Like if you say I'm looking for land, why? You know what I mean? I'm assuming that you have buyers who are buying for land, like buying land or developers. But I would, regardless of that, yeah, definitely check in those areas and then go a step further and check for if it's a lot of motion in this area, who's the top guys that's having motion in this area, that's buying property in this area. Reach out to them, connect with them first. And obviously, like we said at the top of this, is the deal is the heart of this whole business, right? The deal is the heart. But I'm telling you, the buyers is like the brain. You know what I mean? It's something very important. It's vital. It's vital. The deal is the heartbeat. The virus is the blood. It's vital because when you connect with them, they're gonna make sure that all of the gray area, and especially going into a market like Florida or something like that, a market that's how you get in tune with your market is by talking to actual investors who are there looking at actual properties. So by reaching out to these different buyers, if you do it our way, you'll be reaching out to buyers who are actually um, doing deals actively now. So you'll get a feel of, okay, he bought that property for this much. He bought that piece of. It's like, dang, I wouldn't have even thought of it. But that piece of that 100,000 that piece of property that was just 1 acre in this part of town went for $100,000. But over here in another city in Florida, that same acre in the town go for 5,000. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But who bought that? And so that's something to consider is by reaching out to the buyers. They'll fill in a lot of the gray area for you and tell you what is a deal.
Yeah, no doubt, man. So, Tuan said the conversation and information change the situation. Teamwork makes the dream work. If anyone reaches out to sellers need inventory in Raleigh, I'm direct to the buyer. That's what's up, man. No doubt, man. If anybody needs somebody in Raleigh, holla at Tuan, man. He say you got some people there that's looking to buy. Um, but yeah, man, Tuan's I'm direct. If you're purchasing, fix and flip property in Raleigh, Durham, anywhere, basically anywhere in North Carolina, within 45 minutes of Raleigh, buying in Fayetteville, single families, duplexes. That's what's up, man. I don't really look in North Carolina. I know some
Hold on,
people.
hold on. Antoine, you cannot use this platform to market your business. That's not what this is for. No, I'm just playing, bro. This is exactly what this is for. Please, by all means, y'all do some connecting in the comment section. But if y'all want to do like JV or anything like that, I want to just say this. I went a long time without considering doing it. I don't know how long it took me before I actually did a JV deal. Well, technically my first deal was a JV deal, but we ain't do it like that. But before I was just like, hey, let's do some JVs. Don't sleep on that. Even if it's your first deal, a lot of cats be like, man, I gotta get my first deal, and this what do JV. I can't tell you how many times I miss out on opportunity because I'm like, I ain't gotta do that. So definitely, use the comment section to connect, because if anybody here watching this, they not watching this because they trying to go to the Olympics for wrestling. They watching this because they want to be in the real estate business, or they are in the business. You know what I mean? So you definitely need to do your thing, market your stuff, but let us know. I'm direct. We are purchasing, fix and flip property in Raleigh, Durham, Chapel Hill. Got you, dude. I got you.
Yeah, for sure, man. Appreciate you coming through for sure. The CEO says, CEO over here laughing, and Cash Waller said, JV, no doubt. Cash Waller in any state. That's what's up. Jaden came through, man. What's up, Jaden? And Twan says, appreciate y'all. Goal is to see us win. No doubt, man. No doubt, man. Go do your thing. I mean, shoot, if we need somebody in North Carolina, you never know, we'll run across, man. We'll definitely hit you up. Like, dude, we ain't scared to make a deal happen. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So, man, whatever it takes to make a deal happen, man, we all about it. So from your experience, how many people should you buy to gain trips? How many?
Good question.
How many do you buy? Okay.
What did you say? Well, me and Byron
that threw me off a little bit.
Yeah, hey, it did too. But he hit me with it earlier. So I was just like, all
right. Dude, that's a good question. We was talking about this earlier, man.
Yeah.
Because man, we got this thing that we about to do, man. And me and Cordero was just talking about how we've worked on this. We've done some stuff. We've done some PPL for a little time, and we've done it with different people. And we've seen, like, dude, if you give us 20 leads, you're gonna get a deal. Like 20 leads, you should get a deal. You know what I'm saying? And we talking about.
Can we ask Jay? Because talking about, shout out to Jay, bro. Talking about somebody who would know. Jay, if you still with us right now, if you still up, comment how many leads. If somebody asks you how many PPL leads should a person buy before they get a deal, because Jay got 2 of them. Jay got 2 of them locked up on their way to the basket. I'm talking about on their way to the, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying,
but
Jay, tell us.
Yeah.
But Byron knows. Byron knows more than I do. He's the one.
Jay. So he went, man, and he came on here. He was like, man, I'm in about 30, 40 leagues. I'm like, dude, go in. You know what I'm saying? It's like some people think they can get 2, 3 leads, 4 leads. We had somebody was like, man, I bought 4 leads and, doesn't work. I'm like, dude.
Somebody did.
Dude, 10 my 40 leads did come back and tell me that it doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? So you buy 20 leads, and we was talking about this today, like how can we help people? How can we, there's a lot of people that want to do this that are, they're buying programs, they doing this, they doing that, they're listening to all these people. It's like, dude, we want to actually change people's lives. We want to actually get you, many people talking about something, I want to do my first deal. How many people talking about they want to do their first deal? A zillion. You know what I'm saying? I always wanted to be like, dude, this is surefire. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, we was talking about today because we were saying how we going to create some stuff to help some people. We like, we can create a program to where it's like, we can guarantee that you will get a deal. Guaranteed. And if you don't get a deal, then we'll just give you your money back. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we're going to charge people a certain amount, $1,000. And then they're going to get 20, they're going to bring in 20 leads. If you don't get a deal, we'll give you $1,000 back. Don't even worry about it. You know what I'm saying? If you don't get a deal, we trash. You know what I'm saying? If you don't get a deal, then we trash. You know what I'm saying? If you don't get a deal, we trash. Like, dude, guarantee. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and there's no way, man.
What Boosie said when he counting the money, he said, if you see I think he had all hundreds. He said, if you see a 50 in here, I'm a punk. He said, if you see a 20 in here, I'm a punk.
Dude,
if you don't steal 20 leads, I'm a punk.
Dude,
I'm a chump.
I'm telling you, man. Dude, we chumps, we punks. We need to go reconsider what we doing now this month. Because, man, if you can bring in 20 leads, man, gotta be a deal, dude. Gotta be a deal. If not, then we just give your money back. So that's kind of what we considering doing. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, dude, I've been doing this thing. I've been on YouTube talking for 4 years, and I ain't nothing like this. You know what I'm saying? So It's been
Yeah.
4 whole years, and I ain't done nothing like this. And so I'm like, shoot, man, guarantee $1,000, and I guarantee you that we'll get you a deal. No doubt.
Yeah.
Your first deal, it will be done. You know what I'm saying? So I feel good about saying that, man. Like I said, the real thing is just trying to help people, like change people out. Like, dude, I was a teacher. I taught for 13 years, dude. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
one deal, I'm no longer teaching. You know what I'm saying? I was in an apartment. I'm no longer in an apartment. My kids went go to the busted up public school. Kid go to private school. It's like, dude, my mom was in a trailer park. My mama live in a house. It's like, do you understand how much it changed? It's like, dude, I had never been to Disney. I've been to Disney twice. My kid been to Disney twice. Had never been twice. Dude, it's a lot that's gonna change, man. This is not Uber Eats. This is not Instacart. This is not Amazon Flex. Ain't none of that stuff. Even, dude, I'm trying to tell you, man. People act like, oh, dude, this is life changing. So
Yeah.
that's why we say it, man. And you know what I'm saying? That's why it's like, to me, it's like I said, dude, I've been on here talking, just talking for 4 years, not trying to do nothing crazy as far as teaching people how to do this and that. But it's like now I'm like, man, I could really change some people's lives for real. You know what I'm saying? Like really change some people's lives. Whole family. You know what I'm saying? My family going like, dude, I'm at Disney. You know, we man, we paying to skip the lines and all that stuff. I'm looking at these other people like, man, you know what I'm saying? I feel bad. I'm like, I literally felt bad.
No, you didn't.
Walking right past.
No, just
dude, big old line, walking right past everybody, whole time, all day, walking past people. I'm like, man, that's messed up, dude. That's messed up, dude. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so I'm like, man,
the wholesale business. But I mean, that's absolutely true. That's because, and I don't know. And before I got in wholesaling, I studied a lot of just business in general. And there are things that you can do. There are times you can get in to certain businesses that will make a world of difference in your life. But it's not very many businesses like this where you can get the entry, the barrier to entry is this low where you can really change your life. You know what I mean? Actually change things. Because stocks, like you're not gonna start investing in stocks and do
with
a
$1,000, dude. You're not gonna invest in stock $1,000 and make $100,000 this year.
Look, hold on. The only thing you can do is selling drugs. That like this, I did like this, and maybe not even that, because the real talk, the work you got to put in. I'm just saying, like I'm talking about numbers. To take a couple $100, let alone a couple like $1,000 or $2,000. I think Jay, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Jay had like $2,300 or something like that. He said, "I'm just gonna take all this money and I'm gonna buy PPL leads, and it's already paying off. It's already paying off." So, so just take that into consideration. It's just like, there is nothing that you can get in for this level. No business you can start. You can't franchise. Do you know how much it costs to franchise a McDonald's? Last time I checked, dude, to franchise a McDonald's, it's $1 million just to get in the door. Just to get in the door, it's $1 million. It's $3 million to get an IHOP, by the way. I don't know. I'll never forget that, because I was just like, dang, IHOP more than a McDonald's, but whatever. It's $3 million to get an IHOP. It's Subway is like 300,000. Last time I checked, this was several years ago, so y'all can update the numbers. This, you can start making Byron Scott money, the type of money Byron Scott making, going to Disney World, having private jets chartered, getting flew out to Dubai. You know what I'm saying? All of that just off a couple $100. I'm literally. I mean, you could obviously, like I said, even off of $2,500, There's nothing. Somebody in the comments, name another business where you can make that transition. So our point is, it's just like we can offer an opportunity for people to take a look at it, and we can say, if we can help you get to your first deal, I mean, that's important. That's a big part of the reason why we do this. We're not necessarily just on here at this hour of the night just for fun. You know what I mean? We could be doing other stuff, but there's certainly, even in this business, or just you got to be a service-minded person and got to think about others, got to be able to connect with others to be able to provide them value. That's what makes you a valuable person, is learning how to do that. And once you can do that, it's good. So that's kind of in our nature, in what we do. So we would love to help people, and we can put y'all on. You know what I mean? Imagine everybody attending this live right now was able to, change their life, buy their mama house, go to Disney World and Disneyland and all of this. You know what I mean? And you can say, hey, Byron help, Cordero help. I think y'all would at least invite me over for some dinner every now and again when y'all got houses like Byron and stuff like that. That's all I'm saying. That's all I could ask for. I saw a post. Dude was complaining. Dude, I saw this one. This one cracked me up. Jay cracked me up. Dude, he said dude was complaining how you could talk to 10K people and still not get a deal. I told him he must suck. And he does. Nah, he's just, probably somebody who's never gotten a deal. And I guarantee you that. Now that's why the whole Facebook thing, I'd be like, it's for the birds, because it's a lot of people ain't never got a deal, or you got some psychopaths who watch a lot of YouTube videos and act like they know what they're doing. And that's how I remember when I had got my first deal, under the time I got my first deal under contract to the time I closed, I was still working at this one job. And it was this job where we would like go to different places and we would set up like events, like wedding venues. People throw a party, people throw a get together, like there's a concert. We would set up all the chairs and stuff like that. That's what we did. And I remember I was working there, and the manager, he was just like, you're typical, like I tried it years ago, but I never had the gall to 10X. So it was not possible for me. It's not possible for anybody. He just was so adamant. And this was in like into 2018, going into 2019. Even then, the Nashville, Tennessee market was like exploding. This was before COVID. And he's like, man, you can't find a deal. They don't exist. Or just the middle Tennessee market. There's no deals out there. You can't find a deal. And this isn't Cordero today. This is Cordero then, who hadn't done his first deal yet. And I'm like, dude, nah, I mean, you can still find a deal. You just got to go harder. But he was certain that you could talk to 10,000 people and wouldn't get it. It's like, whatever. It's always going to be people like that. But I'm just saying, who you going to believe, those guys or the guys who do deals? You know what I mean? So that's just something to consider. It's always going to be people talk trash like that, the average-minded person.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Hold on. Even 10K prospects. 10K prospects is going to get you actual leads that's going to turn into 10 deals. That's what cold calling a list or cold texting a list is. Don't forget, he don't know what he was talking about, actually.
Yeah, dude. But the thing is, you can't do that, dude. Like, you could talk to 10K people and not get no deal. It's like when you don't know what the heck you're doing, when you don't know what's the deal, when you have no clue, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of times your problem isn't that you don't have any deals like in front of you. You can't even recognize the deals that's in front of you. Like that's how it was when I got started. It's like my first deal was I had already talked to them. You know what I'm saying? I had already talked to my first deal. So he said you talk to 10K people and then get a deal. You probably talked about 10 deals. You probably talked like 10 deals. But I didn't know that it was a deal until I found a buyer, right? I found somebody that have been involved in the transaction, that know what's going on, that's in the business, that have done deals. And I said, hey, look at this. Is this a deal? They said, oh, yeah, let's go check that out. that's probably a deal. That's like, working with some people that we're working with now, and they bring us something, and like even Cordero, they send you something like, hey, is this a deal? You can look at it and be like, oh, yeah, let's go and line that up. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, most times, like, when you new, you cannot tell, you cannot identify what's a deal. It's hard for you to identify. You know what I'm saying? Even when
Yeah.
you like super new to a market, it's hard. It can be difficult to identify. So being connected with somebody that can identify a deal, get a deal going, get a deal to the closing, you know what I'm saying? All that stuff is huge. You know what I'm saying? It's huge. It's skipping the line, is what it is. It's skipping the line. Being connected with somebody that can get a deal done is skipping the line. Like, I don't know, man. You just need to be contacts equals contracts. You need to be connected with people that's already doing this business. That's the best way to do it. I had deals
100%.
sitting right there on me until I connected with somebody that was already doing deals. I didn't know it. When I connected with somebody who was doing deals, I knocked out a 6K deal. Boom. You know what I'm saying? I had been talking
Yeah.
to these people. If I would have never connected with anybody who's doing real estate, I never would have done that deal. Never would have done the deal. It was already sitting in there. I had texted them already. I had been texting them. I was following up, texting them, and I was like, "Whoop, no deal." And they would have just sat there. Never would have been a deal. You know what I'm saying? So that's what some of y'all are doing. And you sitting there watching Cordero, you watching me, thinking, I ain't nobody. I ain't gonna say nothing to them. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna reach out to them. I ain't gonna say nothing to them. While you got other people that's on this chat right here that have reached out and they doing deals. You know what I'm saying? Like the people who reached out, the people who talking, like I reached out to somebody. And I did a deal. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's the same thing. People reached out to me and they done deals. You know what I'm saying? So just saying, man, like you got to be willing to connect with people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Dude, I never really realized that, and looking back, and like one of the ingredients that really made a difference for me until you said something. But I remember like every time, like especially in the beginning, every time I did a deal, I connected with the right person. Every time I did a deal, every time I did a lot of deals, I connected with the right people. And it was a real working connection. So that's so major. When we say contacts equal contracts, it's not just about calling a bunch of sellers, because like Byron said, I agree with that, because you can search and search for a diamond in a field full of rocks and minerals, and you don't know the difference between a crystal and a diamond and just a emerald, just a regular old granite rock, a shiny rock. You don't know. But if you got somebody who's got some perspective, and this is people who I have some perspective. Byron's got a little bit more aerial perspective, but we can honestly tell you how you get here is by connecting with people. And I just remember the first time I met somebody as a matter of fact, let's get my first deal. I actually met the buyer first, and this was a lady who was flipping, and she was willing to help and show me how to flip. And also, she had a program. If you brought her a deal, she would buy your deal from you, right? But I knew her, I connected with her, and I met her personally. So that way, I was able to bring her something. I was like, "Hey, I don't know if this is a deal. This is what they want." And she tells me to this day, she said, when I said I got a deal, she was just like, it's probably about to be some trash because they knew, but I'm gonna look at it anyway. She said she looked at it, she was like, oh, whoa. And to this day, that was one of the most, that was the biggest, not the, I ain't gonna say not the biggest deal, but the most like layup deals. I think just to buy it, do minimal rehab, and put $100K in her pocket or something crazy like that. You know what I mean? In her pocket. So she would tell me all day long, but I wouldn't have known that was a deal. I wouldn't have no clue if that was a deal, if that was a fresh out the box pair of Air Force Ones, or if that was an old chewed up chancla. I wouldn't have known. No clue.
Yeah.
And so ultimately, that is important. And some people, it's just like, you can. I'm gonna put my IG in here. You can reach out to me, man. I'll respond back. I don't know about Byron's IG, man. Sometimes he don't even hit me back. You know what I'm
Man,
saying?
stop,
Please,
man. Shut up.
but some, you know, and so that's
Go ahead.
that's major. That's major. And so you got to reach out to all your resources because we always make the comment like, I didn't, and I know Byron didn't. I didn't have no rich uncle, who could show me or whatever. Trust the process. Absolutely.
Man, shout out to Shami, man. Shout out.
Yeah, dude.
Man, you made her stay up again all night. Well, you made her wake up early again, man. She done already worked all night, and then Cordero gonna make her wake up early to jump on here and make sure she put a comment up.
Dude, that is not true. I'm not he's not the only one that got the VAs coming, you know what I'm saying, coming on. Thank you, Shammy, for showing me support, the moral support, you know. Yeah, dude, the chewed up chunk. That's when they bring you a deal and they be like, hey man, I got this seller and you know, I think this is a deal. What you think about it? What you got locked? I got locked up at 225. What's the Zestimate? And they be like, oh, the Zestimate, 245. Brother, get off my phone. not just playing, but you know what I mean? I'm like, come on, dude. That's a chewed up chancla for sure. For sure. Glenda Starr, hey, y'all. I'm late. Listen, you're not late. You're right on time. Perfect comment. Feels like you always too late. Partnering with someone who does the business full time, what should you look for, Cordero? Calling right now for someone in it full time, but not sure if I should calling for him, even though he's my guy. You mean just like partnering with? I see what you're saying.
Cold calling,
I think he's saying like he's calling, whether it's cold calling or acquisition, you're partnering with someone. First of all, I would say when you say he's your guy, I think I get what you mean. Like he's your guy, but do you vibe with him? Do you guys have a good business relationship, business rapport? Yeah, I don't have a lot of systems put in place, etc. If you guys have a good business relationship, business rapport, that I think I've had partnerships that failed. You know what I mean? I've had partnerships that failed. I've had partnerships where I've had partnerships where we were making money and it still failed because I didn't trust them as time went on, or this, you know. So when we say contacts equal contracts, it's making real viable, living, breathing connections that actually work, right? And so when you pick somebody to partner with, it's just like anything. First of all, the basic principle of partnership, whether it's marriage or any level of partnership, business partners, whatever, is I have something that the other person doesn't have, and the other person has something that I don't have. And when we put them together, we get a complete connection, right? That's kind of the point of basic principle. If we even think of something simple as student and teacher, I have the desire to learn something, and the teacher has the knowledge and desire to teach it. Those two things go together. We make a complete piece, so on and so forth. And so that's something that you need to consider. Does he have the systems and put in place and all of that? Right now, who already has the system? Yeah, he does. Oh, he doesn't have the systems put in place. Yeah, okay. I mean, so at the end of the day, dude, I'd rather just split the deals with someone right now who already has the systems and let me do the groundwork to get my foot in the door, etc. If you know what I'm saying, I know what you're saying. Then I think you should reach out to somebody who has the systems in place.
Yeah, well, the key is somebody who's doing deals. Like you need to get with somebody who's actually doing deals. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody who actually closing. Because that's the key, man. That's how you learn. You learn by closing. You learn
if the blind, they both fall into the ditch. Am I right?
Yeah, dude. You learn from people who actually doing deals, man. That's why I say you got to get connected with people who doing deals. You're gonna learn from people who doing deals. And by seeing them doing deals and going through and getting deals, it's like, hey, do I get a deal? Just like we're able to tell you, hey, go get these 20 leads would guarantee you a deal. Like along with that comes an understanding how does that work? How do you convert those 20 leads into a deal? There's certain things that we do. There's certain things, certain ways that we, handle business to make sure those 20 leads turn into one deal. You know what I'm saying? So like that's very important. Everybody don't know that. You know what I'm saying? The people who out here doing deals know how to do it. You know, people who do deals, they know how to create more deals. They're consistently doing deals. They know how to get more deals. So, you know what I'm saying? That's what you got to do, man. Not just talk to anybody, but who is consistently doing deals so they can show them how to do deals.
100%, man. 100%. And that's the thing. It ain't even just that's I had a partnership that failed. What none of us knew what we was doing. None of us knew how to get deals. None of us understood the business. We didn't have nothing to offer anybody. Either of us. Like I had no. I was just a guy who had the most knowledge and the drive and the so-called vision, and I didn't because I didn't know what I was talking about or doing. So ultimately, again, that's the value of a partnership. That's like a student partnering with the student. Now we need a teacher. And that's like teachers teaching each other. It's just like if I'm a math teacher, you a math teacher, what can we offer each other? We both know the same thing. And obviously you can learn something from anybody, so on, but it's an example to go more in depth with thinking, okay, when you decide who you're going to partner with, how, or who you're going to work with. So always, this is a principle from the 10X rule. This is a principle from the 10X mentor. Always partner up. Every time you can, partner up. That's something valuable. And there are things that you can offer people up. Like, I can reach out to Byron and say, hey, Byron, I can call. Let me jump on your acquisitions team, see what I can do. I got the ability. But otherwise, I can't be like, hey, Byron, I just want to be around. You know what I mean? I have zero value. I just want to chill. You know what I mean? Just let me chill with you because you get money and I just want to sit on the couch and chill. No, dude. You got to be able to offer them value. But once you realize what's your value, then partner up. Maybe your value is the fact that you're willing to do the calls, to go hard. Like somebody like Jade, dude, Jade be going dumb. I'm telling you, like Jade is somebody who's just like, you want to bring him on the team and just like, you can let him loose. He going to call. He's going to put in the work. I don't know if it's the Jamaican in him. I'm not entirely sure, but he going to put in the work. So it's just like somebody like that is like, you want to bring them on the team, even though he's never done a deal. But because with his work ethic and our knowledge and the systems in place that we got put up, it's like, dude, it's like adding a turbocharge to your engine, just telling you what it looks like from our perspective. We already doing deals. We already have emotion. And you say you want to join the team. Okay, fine. You know what I mean? We would, because Ali, you got to look at it from the other side too. It's just like, if you're going to partner up, what does that person get out of it? So consider that too, but definitely partner up.
Yeah.
The Star says, how do you suggest people find partners? The REI game is hard alone, and also you can't maximize as much alone. You are 1,000% right about that last line. You can't maximize as much alone. Byron, how do you suggest people find partners?
Man, to be honest with you, man, I would join groups, you know what I'm saying? Real estate investment groups that's online, whether that's like some influence that got a group. I would hit people up inside of that group, you know what I'm saying? See who's doing deals. I would try to bring deals or value with deals to people like I know, like Cordero. I would try to bring a lead to Cordero that he might be willing to help me with, a lead to me that I may be able to help you with. And now I'm talking to you, and now I'm helping you, and now I'm showing you how to do this and showing you how to do that. And next thing you know, man, you done did a deal with me, and I know you, and you know me, and you like, oh shoot, I'm in. So just trying to reach out to as many people as you can that's actually doing deals. And like we said earlier, people who speak your language, you know what I'm saying? People who's like, man, I really, I understand him. I understand her. But
Yeah.
I would say join. Like I joined Chris Jefferson group. Like I would join Chris Jefferson group and just get to know a lot of people. And I think you could probably find a partner in there, or you like you said, reach out to people that you watch on YouTube, that you watch on social media, and be like, hey, try to bring them some value. You know that they're buying in a particular area, try to bring them a property over there, or, just trying to reach out to people and kind of see if you can bring them some value and bring them the value, and then see kind of how it works from there. So I think that's the best way to go about trying to get a partner. I really, I found somebody early on to work with, but I haven't really been in a true, like, hey, we work a 50-50 partnership, or like it's three of us and we split and all this partnership type of deal. I haven't really been in something like that. So Ron says, yeah, that's exactly what I got in mind of doing right now. I'm not having done any deals. It's the JV with people that already done deals. Yeah, no doubt, man. I mean, and it's not even the fact that you have to JV. It's just like I didn't JV on my first deal. I sold my first deal. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I was reaching out to people who had experience in real estate. You know what I'm saying? You just got to reach out to people who had experience in real estate, man. That may not lead to you JVing the deal. It's like it's people that I've helped. I didn't JV the deal. You know what I'm saying? I just showed them how to go do the deal. I just send, hey man, here's the buyer's number right here. Go talk to him. You know what I'm saying? Like I've done that. Like it's not necessarily that you have to JV every deal. That's not necessarily like that's a good way to do it. But the mindset is go talk to people who have done deals. You know what I'm saying? Whether it leads to you JVing, whether it leads to you get some valuable information that allows you to do the deal. You know what I'm saying? Whether that leads to you meeting, talking to somebody that helps you lock up the deal, or whether it's talking to somebody and they walk you through, like you may be talking to Cordero and Cordero say, hey, go tell them da 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 da, and you go tell them da 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 da, and you get it locked up. You know what I'm saying? So you just don't know how it work out. But the key is go talk to people who are doing deals. Reach out to them, talk to them, try to have conversations with them, bring them value.
Dude, because I think it's like, I don't, we don't want you to start thinking about it in a certain way and like locking yourself up mentally. That's why the principle contacts equal contracts. And so It's not even just about partnership. It's not even just about JV. It's not about thinking about it just one way. It's about once you start connecting with the right people, maybe to Byron's point is what he's saying is maybe you connect with somebody who is doing deals in your area. And instead of them saying JV with me, they might be willing to just like hold your hand through the deal. You know what I mean? Like hold your hand and guide you through the deal. And that's your deal. And you can go and live your life. You know what I mean? With your deal in your hand and the knowledge. So you really want to start thinking in terms of like the general consensus I'm getting here is how do I go about deciding who's a good partner and finding a partner? Or it's about that's the principle that you're going to carry throughout this entire journey. And as long as you do business, that's going to be a skill set is how do I go about finding the right people that I need to help me achieve my goals? And you also need to take into mind, how do I help them reach their goals? That's something important too. So that's going to be a big thing when you think of how do I either connect with somebody, find a partner, how to find somebody where we can get a working relationship, a mentor, because I've had plenty of mentors I never had to pay for. And we made money. Like I made money with these people that I didn't have to pay them because I connected with them viscerally. And I said, what do you need? Right. And it wasn't about me, and what I wanted. It was about what you need. So I would say how to find it, Glenda and Ron and Ali, is put yourself out there. Start letting people know that that's what you want to do. The same way you want to find a deal, you can, because when it comes to finding a deal, it's about finding the right person. not even just the right piece of property. It's about finding the right person. That's what a deal is the right person who benefits from what you can offer them, the right homeowner. Likewise, when it comes to a mentor or partner or JV person, it's about finding the right person. So you got to put yourself out there and say, hey, this is what I'm trying to do. Guys, I'm looking to do this. I'm looking for deals in the area. And you'd be surprised, the right person might come to you. Because honestly, the right person is looking for you too. That's what PPL is. That's what I'm learning about PPL is these so-called right people, they looking for us. And there's plenty of people constantly. That's why it's a whole business, the PPL platform or just Google app, like online leads, inbound leads in general exist because the same people you looking for, they looking for you. And that goes with sellers, that goes with cash buyers, that goes with partners and people to JV with, and not just any old Joe Schmo like, hey, this is my best friend. We've been knowing each other for a minute, so let's partner. That guy's probably not reliable, but a guy who's really, or a woman who's really going to commit to business, right? Y'all asking us, hey, how do we find a partner? Glenda, how about you ask Ali? Ali, ask Ron. You know what I mean? So on and so forth. I'm just making an example, guys, because y'all can ask me for sure. Let me put my IG here. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Y'all can reach out to you. Reach out to your boy.
Anyway, yeah. So Ali says it's so much easier when you have mentorship. The hard part for a lot of people is deciding who to let lead them because REI can be a scary, can be scammy. I think he's trying to say, Cedra. You have to pray for discernment, no doubt, man. I mean, it can be, man, and you may have to reach out to more people. You may get caught up into different people's programs, and it may take getting into different programs for you to eventually figure out who's the right one to be in or the right person to connect with and stuff like that. Like the person who helped me get my first deal wasn't the first person I ever talked to that ever did real estate. You know what I'm saying? It's like I talked to other people who may have done real estate and maybe they weren't even necessarily a scam, but it was just like they weren't going to help me get my first deal. You know what I'm saying? They may have known good stuff, may have, said some good stuff that may have helped me, but they weren't gonna help me get my first deal. So you just have to be willing to keep going, man. It's like wholesaling wasn't the first thing I tried to do to make money. You know what I'm saying? I was doing Instacart. Thought I was making some money. I was cutting grass. I was doing other stuff to try to make money, and then none of it popped off like wholesaling real estate was. I tried to become an agent. You know what I'm saying? It's like nothing popped off like this. You just have to keep going, man. You know what I'm saying? Not be worried about, oh man, I'm gonna fall into this pit. Oh man, I'm gonna fall in that pit. Oh man, I'm gonna fall. All that worry, and them doing it holding you back. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be willing to, man, just move forward and just go, man. So Shalana says, so do you have to have money saved up personally first in order to invest in your first real estate property? So you don't, wholesaling real estate, you don't have to have a certain amount of money saved up. The biggest thing about this is you're not purchasing the property. You know what I'm saying? You are gaining equitable interest in purchasing the property through signing a contract with a property owner. And then you're selling your position in that contract, right? Or you're going to double close, which means you're going to buy the contract and sell it like the same day. And there's ways to get money to be able to do that. Most of the time, the end buyer is going to fund the first transaction. The other way to do it is get transactional funding, which that's not hard to get because people know that a transaction is happening. So they're going to give you the money. And you can look, there's a bunch of transactional funding companies out there that'll do it for you. Now, they're going to hit you across the head, but they'll do it for you. And if you need transactional funding, reach out to me. I can definitely help you out if you ever need it. So But yeah, you don't have to necessarily have money saved up, but you do need money in your pocket that makes it a lot easier, right? There's ways to do it without using your money, but when you do have money, it's a lot easier, right? That's why I always say, like, okay, you no way you let money stop you. You know what I'm saying? There's no way you let money stop you from becoming who you want to become. There's no way. You know, not this money. We ain't talking about, like I said, thousands on thousands of dollars. We talking about hundreds of dollars that you can go get. You know what I'm saying? I worked at Papa John's when they got a couple of $100 that changed everything. All this is fueled by Papa John's money. You know what I'm saying?
That's the foundation.
Dude, if you can't go make Papa John's money, then you got bigger problems.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you can't go make that Papa John's money, you got bigger problems. So Glenda said, I've been meaning to message you on IG. I followed you. Cordero, you got a new follower, man. What's your IG, Cordero? I don't see it in the comments. We're gonna have to get you back up there, man. Ron said facts, holding you back, waste time, no doubt, man. All that fear is holding you back, waste time, Byron. I ain't seen that in months.
Man, where's that, dude?
Man, hey, Thad probably playing a video game right now, watching this video, Ali. So there's Cordero IG, Cordero Martin, Mr. 615 in this thing, man. But shoot, man, we've been on this thing for over an hour, man. We came in late and gave y'all an hour. Cordero, grace y'all with the fresh, clean cut, you know, got everything lined to crisp, you know. But dude, we finna shout out everybody who came through and finna get up out of this thing, man. Cause I know, shoot, this is what is it? Wednesday over here, still Tuesday over there in the great hills of Tennessee. But anyways, man, do what?
It's late.
It's late, dude. But we got an end though. So let's see what it said. Thad, someone walking on the track, put that work in, man. I remember Thad had us walking on the track at night, man. It's like, dude, we could just run and get this over with. Six-side hustle right now. It's Tom Horton. What? Hopefully Tom Horton money gonna change.
Horton, I think that's a restaurant, like a steakhouse. I think. I don't know.
Oh.
Pretty sure it is a steakhouse.
Hey, I tell you what though, being a waiter, man, you talking about? Oh, racking up money, man, racking it up, bring it all in, dude, bring it all in. Yeah, dude, I was a waiter at one point.
Yeah, nah, my sister was a waiter. My sister was a waiter. I'm talking about if you're a waiter or a waitress, you can wholesale, bro. You can get you the bread to go in wholesale.
Give me all
about how much money you need. You only need enough to buy leads that will get you to a deal. That's really all you need if I'm breaking it down simply. You don't need the money to buy the whole property. You need the money to buy leads and to do whatever you're gonna do to market. A waiter or a waitress, boy, they be getting almost, dude. I'm talking about you might mess around, get your first deal, and it'd be $2,500 deal. Maybe, could be. A waiter could do that, you know what I'm saying, in the time it would take you to close a deal. So I'm saying that $2,500 can buy you 30 more PPL leads, bro. So consider that.
Yeah, but sure.
You know what you're doing. Shout out.
Yeah, you go.
Shout out to Ali, man. Shout out to Ali for coming. Shout out to Ron Jones. Ron Jones coming in, dude. Shout out to Glenda Starr. You know what, Glenda, please hit me up. Ask me questions. If I can't be the right person for you, I can certainly put you in contact with them. And just let me know what you got. Life as Shaylana. Shout out to Shaylana. Shout out to the CEO. Shout out CEO always coming through. The chewed up chunkless. Shout out to Shami. Shout out to Jay.
Shami, what's up?
Shout out to
That came
Jay.
through, man. Follow real quick.
Hey, Jay probably is knocked out, but hey, I got the seller. We got the seller down from 170 to 155, and we're trying to get the buyer to 165. Well, really, I think the seller really at 150. We're trying to get the buyer at 165. We'll see how that goes. Shout out to Antoine. Shout out to Twan.
Everybody.
Brandon Whitner. Shout out to you, bro. You know who else we had? We got Cash Waller.
Man, Waller, man, you can't forget the Cash Waller.
Can't forget Cash. That's what it's all about, and that's what business is all about, at least. But shout out to Antoine again. Yeah. And Antonio, that's who it was. Antonio too, man. Shout out to everybody for coming through.
Yeah, shout out to Antonio, man. But shoot, man, we appreciate everybody who came through, man. Make sure you like the video, all the other good stuff, man. And he got us Tim Horton. It's a donut coffee restaurant. Justin Bieber did a campaign with them 10 bills. Oh, dang, I didn't even know that, man.
10 bills.
I didn't know about that. Yeah,
I thought it was
house,
I'll take some donuts.
Hey, for sure. Gonna need some coffee or something in a minute. But anyways, man, we appreciate y'all coming through, man. Until tomorrow, or later on today. Peace out.
Peace out.